Hello you fire sign gents, welcome to your Valentine's Day special with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. So this is based off a spread that I offer called the Lover Spread, and many people over the years have asked me to do love readings. I don't really do them, but I thought I'd bring you something different this year, so I truly hope that they serve you well. And if you would like to get a personal one of these, you can do so on the link in the description box below. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So that's your separated majors for your key to the relationship. So what you have here is a card that represents you as a fire sign male, so an Aries, a Leo or a Sagittarius. And then what you have here is a universal significator for your other, for your partner, your other half, whether you're married, partnered, long-term commitment, or even if this is just somebody that you may want to be with, just keep them in mind while I offer the messages that come through. So for your mind, what we're going to look at is your mind, body and spirit, and then we're going to look at your path ahead. And so for your mind, you have the Two of Pentacles. So for those of you that are looking to be a part of a partnership, specifically for those of you that are single, it does look like you are looking at this moment in time. So you put in the feelers out, right? For those of you that are already in relationships and this is your significant other, this suggests to me that you are looking at the relationship and what you have on your mind is growth. This is about expansion. It's about bringing more of what you have in, which suggests to me that not only are you happy, but you are feeling this need to grow the relationship. You're feeling that this is what you want to put your time and your effort and your energy into. And when it comes to the mind as well, this is going to see you maybe looking at the finances at the moment as to what's possible. So this could be that you're thinking, I want to move in with this person, or we want to buy a house together, or do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of focus on the material stuff, but also the closeness of the relationship is already there. You have a very firm, very solid basis and connection, which is really nice. So in your significant other's mind, they have the Death card. So this does feel to me like somebody who may have lost someone. Doesn't have to be recent. This could have been a while ago. It could be recent. And this is something that this person has really worked really hard on. There's maybe a lot of things that they had to release because of it. When it comes to the relationship though, I will say this person's desire really does sit with you. So there's a lot of almost like a lot of their thoughts, like a lot of the things that they, like their deepest desire is this relationship, is the partnership that you have, which is, really nice. You couldn't ask for any more than that. But yeah, it does look like they are working through or releasing, maybe the guilt or the grief, not the guilt, the grief that you feel when you lose somebody. And, it looks like you've been a really big part of that. Possibly over the course of the last 2 years, you may have really been helping them through that. I like this. I actually, even with the Death card, I actually think this is nice. So for your physical, for your body, you have the Knight of Swords. So you are a typical fire sign. Both feet first, ask questions later. I'll get stuck in, I'll get my sleeves rolled up, I'll read the instructions once I've put it together, maybe discover that there's a bolt or two out of place, right? All jokes aside though, the fact that you have this Knight of Swords, you are fiercely protective over this person. Like whoever this person is that's in your life, you love them, right? And to the point where, if it's maybe not as heavy as that, but to the point where if you feel like someone or something is trying to harm them or speak to them in a certain way, you will be the first person to speak out on this person's behalf. You are fiercely loyal, fiercely protective over this person, and whoever they are, they mean a lot to you, to the point where it's like, this is my ride or die. This is the person that I'm with. When you address me, you address we, like you're very, very settled on who this may be for you, which is really nice. And the fact that it is the Knight of Swords, I mean, in a lot of ways, it does suggest that there's a lot going on for you on what I would call like a professional level, or maybe even an academic level for a select few of you. And that's just something to consider, because obviously, you know, if you're splitting your focus too much, there's only so much that you can do. For your partner's body, they have the Six of Cups. This is gorgeous, right? Because again, this suggests to me, like, whenever you see this for somebody else's body, there's a sense here of like real kinship. There's just a sense here of like, they get you, you get them. There's a really strong sense of laughter, maybe even banter as well. I see the Six of Cups a lot for that kind of energy, and a lot of people ask me why. And I think it's because this is when, you know, when you're in the right relationship with the right person, you can be playful and you can say things that aren't sort of taken, you know, the wrong way. And do you know what I mean? Like, you can banter and talk about things, and you can laugh about things and push the joke really far without sort of upsetting somebody. And the Six of Cups, quite frankly, is good memories, happy times. It's, you know, and as a body card, when it comes to the relationship, this person is really invested in you, and the reason being is because there's a part of them that feels responsible for you. Like, it's their job to look after you, it's their job to nurture you, it's their job to nourish you. And you couple that with the fact that you are fiercely protective over this person. This for me actually bodes very well, because it suggests that you have each other's backs in ways that maybe people can't necessarily understand. So from the outside it might look like one thing, but what they don't see is, you know, all of the other stuff behind it, which is, you know, it's generally how it is for everybody. But I just feel like there's a really nice and very deep bond here, which is nice. So in your soul, you have the Two of Cups. Somebody's a little smitten. I think this is really nice, because you genuinely like this person. Like, you can see this, right? This is your soul card. And this is the card that, in my book, in one of the ways, can literally represent true love. And there's a sense here, look at this, you've got 2 2s, right? There's a sense here that you really are committed to this person, but you understand them and you feel like they are committed to you and they understand you as well. Like, there's a real strong sense of balance here. And, you know, maybe for the last 2 years you have been the steady one. Maybe yours are the feet that have been on the ground, but they offer you what you need in order to have that stability. Do you know what I mean? So there's no sort of upstairs downstairs here at all. It's just, it is what it is. So in their soul, they have the Five of Pentacles, which suggests that they are working through a lot and have been working through a lot. But what I love about it is that even with the Five of Pentacles in the soul card, so this is definitely a loss. This person has definitely suffered a loss of some sort. And even with all of that happening, they still know how to show up for you. They still know how to support you. They still know how to be there for you, to assist you. And maybe not on a financial level, maybe not on a material level, but they provide things that money can't buy. And that, you know, is really, really beautiful. I like this. I think with the Five of Pentacles, though, in their soul, it does suggest that this is a person that is healing from a very deep wound, or maybe a set of, you know, really deep wounds. But even with all of that, they still show up for you. You know, yeah, great. You couldn't ask for any more than that. So in your collective mind, you have the Justice card. So you definitely think and move, or when you plan, rather, you plan as a unit. There's no sort of like, I'm doing this and you need to co-sign. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, when we do something, we do it as a unit. I move, they move. They move, I move. You know, great. So in your collective body, you have the King of Swords. So this suggests, now look at this, right? The Justice card with the King of Swords, that's very often a legal situation or a challenge that might be going on, possibly something in the background. But again, it's something that you face or work on, move towards together. There's a really strong sense here that your partner is there for you, you know, and vice versa. But it does look like you're dealing with something very official. So lots of paperwork, lots of, you know, documentation, maybe information that needs to be had. And some of it looks like it's really old as well. So like you're looking at, you know, maybe, I don't know, you put something forward and they're like, well, we need to know what you were doing 5 years from, 5 years ago on Tuesday morning of a da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, really? But with the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, this, again, right, your collective body is very focused on the best that you can have, and you have a clear goal. You have a clear collective path. You've got a very clear idea of where you are going together. And then your collective soul, you have the Moon card, right? So this is an interesting one. I don't know what your, I don't know what your vices are, but it does look like collectively you guys have, maybe you go through patterns where you spend time being like really social, and then you're like, oh, okay, we're done with people for a while. Do you know what I mean? And you kind of like just shut the world out, and then it's like, yeah, we'll do some more peopling later. But yeah, great, really, really great. I mean, so this is your path forward. And I mean, wow, nice cards, really nice cards. So your 10 of Cups there, this is you guys creating, for a select few of you, it looks like you're looking for the happy home, also the place that you're going to call the forever home, I would say, especially because it comes up with the Queen of Pentacles, which is about not only getting the most of what you have, but maybe working on something. So this could be that you buy a fixer-upper and you say, yes, we're going to put our stamp on this and make it ours. And I love this, right? And for those of you that are already in your homes, this represents the work that you've done or have been doing coming to a close, and a satisfactory one at that. You've created and will continue to create your own community. This is really, really important because, and again, I've said this to, I think it was the fire sign women and the water sign women as well. There's a lot of fertile energy around you guys. So, but this is really nice. I don't think it will be long. I mean, I think if you're a fire sign male and you don't have kids yet, but you're in a long-term relationship, I call it Scorpio season. By then, I think you will be calling yourself, or preparing to call yourself, mum and dad, or dad and dad, or mum and mum. Like, you get my point. And then your Page of Wands coupled with your King of Cups. This is about finding new or alternative ways to do what you love. And that part is really, really important. I think it's going to have a lot of bearing on the relationship, but there's just this really amazing sense of support here between you guys. And it's like, even with some of the challenges, you've come what I would call, very, very far as a collective. So give these a shuffle. So your key to the relationship card is the Chariot. So not only have you come a long way, but you will continue to go a long way. I like this, and especially with the Chariot card, this suggests to me that whatever you guys have going on in the background, it will complete in your favor, which is great. And yeah, like I said, whatever challenges your partner has been through, they are about to come through for you in I feel like the roles are about to reverse here. So it may be that then you have to start working on your inner self, and they then start pulling more of the physical material sort of weight, and vice versa. But all in all, definitely, like, out of the signs, I think you guys, I think fire signs in general actually had pretty much the best reading. So I truly hope this helps you. I hope it serves you well. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.